Category 4, Hurricane Idalia. So as I was saying, there's probably going to be a lot of flooding along the western coastline based on the rotation of the storm. It's going to push a lot of water up against the coastal
All tornado
areas.
warnings, I believe,
so there'll be a lot of
have been
flooding.
allowed to expire for now, but we do expect that to change as time goes on. So where a storm surge warning is in effect, residents in these areas should follow any advice given by local officials. And then destructive, life-threatening winds will occur where the core of Idalia moves onshore in the Big Bend region of Florida, with hurricane conditions expected elsewhere in portions of the hurricane warning area along the Florida Gulf Coast. But just know that 12 to 16 feet of storm surge in any area is very bad, okay? It could potentially catastrophic. In this area specifically, because we haven't seen it before, ever, and because the infrastructure hasn't had to deal with it before, and because it's such a low-lying area, it's probably going to be especially bad. And it's also important to, once the winds get over 35 miles per hour in a lot of places, the vehicles won't run. So if you've made the decision to not evacuate, and then you call for help, it might take longer for somebody to come rescue you, okay? So just keep that in mind.
Ryan, we have
Storm surge
rotation
winds.
in the same two
Wow,
spots
I
that I keep
love
talking
this
about
footage.
for the 5th
Good
time now.
job.
And you've gotten a tornado warning already in these counties. It is not a mistake. It is not an accidental repeat. These are new areas of rotation every time.
Extreme wind warning has
strong
been extended.
winds, debris.
By the way, a little bit farther inland, in the extreme wind warning, where we expect winds over 115 miles per hour to take place for an extended period of time. This is going to be extremely damaging and life-threatening. Take shelter as if this is a tornado. Once again, if you're in Mayo, Day, Boyd, Perry, Penland, or any of these places, there's 23,000 people under this warning. You have to treat this as if there's a massive tornado coming right for you, or you may not survive it. You've got to get away from windows. You got to get shelter. You got to put a mattress over your head. You got to protect yourself. Wear a helmet if you can. You've got to hunker down for potentially hours as this thing goes over you. If you haven't taken shelter yet, you need to do it now. You need to brace for impact as this catastrophic hurricane continues to work into Florida.
Wow, look at all that
100 miles an hour
water.
currently here. I think the sign says Jefferson Street here in
Here's all this water.
Severe
right?
weather,
So, it's probably
storms,
attracting some
full
people
of
to go
lightning and
investigate,
thunder,
see what's going
and
on.
we have some
But talk about a
pop-up
rip current.
tornadoes.
Okay, whenever you're dealing with storm surge, and especially whenever the tide starts to change and things start going backwards a little bit, if you are in the wrong part of that water at the wrong time, you will not survive it. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly where he is, but wherever he's pointing this camera at right now, there's not supposed to be water there. DOH is advising that the public not enter the water due to possible increased risk of waterborne illnesses. So if the storm surge and the hurricane, if that's not enough to keep you out of the water, we are expecting that due to all of the debris and things that are going into the water, there's a very high risk of contracting waterborne illnesses out here. So we're encouraging everyone to stay out of the water.
All the neighborhoods are underwater. There is not one not one dry house there. We couldn't even drive all the way in there because there was feet of water over the roads just from the river, not including the actual surge from the Gulf.
And then it's going to be out of here, y'all.
East corridor of the storm is usually the strongest winds and can really cause a pretty strong impact to houses and properties. So if you're in that area of the northeast quadrant of where the hurricane is going to go, then you should definitely evacuate and get out of there because you're going to get hit hard. This video is pretty awesome. They do a really good job presenting the weather and what is going on.